Ahoy, mateys. Know that between the years when the oceans drank Atlantis, and the gleaming cities, and the rise of the sons of Ares, there was an age undreamed of, when shining kingdoms lay spread across the world like blue mantles beneath the stars. Hither came Conan, the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and gigantic mirth, to tread the jeweled thrones of earth under his sandaled feet, destined to wear the jeweled crown of Aquilonia upon his troubled brow. But this is not his story. Instead, we once again turn our eyes to the Baracus Isles and the crew of a pirate ship, now called the Grim Argosian. Their stories are many and varied, not to be kings in their future, yet still destiny has touched their lives. Let me tell you of the days of high seas adventures. We turn back to our crew, formerly of the Gilded... Wow, I just lost the name. Mythos's Gilded Codpiece. There we go. Now, after the former quartermaster, I need to fix your title because it still says quartermaster, is now Captain Lambros, has taken charge of the ship after a duel to the death. The ship was resting in doldrums, conjured by a sorcerer whom they had crossed. The sorcerer demanded the death of the captain. The captain had turned against his crew by saying that it was all of their fault. And the quartermaster stepped forward, and the rest is now history. The ship has been redubbed the Grim Argosian, and we turn to the captain. I'm going to fix your title whenever you guys get going. Captain, as you can see, you are several days away from any land. Last report is that you have 2 days of food, 2 days of water, 1 day of grog left over, and I think, if I remember correctly, you have 1 day of rum. And we start us at the beginning of a new day. Captain.
Yes, sir.
Please elaborate on what your plans are and what you're doing with your crew. Have you done any changes to the rank and structure? Remember, you have some of the NPCs there. Tell me what is going on.
You were kind of going in and out.
Okay, sorry. What now? Is it okay now?
Yeah, now you're good.
Okay, so I asked, Captain, what are you doing? So you have, as it currently stands, you have 2 days of food, 2 days of water, 1 day of grog, 2 days of rum, and you're several days out, it appears, at least. At least probably about 2 days away, maybe less if your helmsman is a good one, from any type of food or in particular water. So tell me about what you're doing, Captain, now that you've settled into your mantle.
So we worked out with I worked out with my helmsman the most direct route to an island that could potentially find us some fresh water and food, since we're running low. There was a vote on board that we head northeast to the island that's in between a set there of the Baracha Islands, and then continue on to Nunca eventually. However, as we sail, we're going to be looking to fish to get some food, and then keep our eyes open for any prize that needs to be taken. In terms of crews, I haven't assigned anybody new yet. I would need an actual list of everybody. So I can do that here eventually. Arr.
And
yeah, we'll see who survives. All right.
Yeah, we should probably wait to see what happens with that, because some of you might starve.
Also, we're going to take water rationing down to a half ration for the day.
The crew members might not be pleased with that. We're going to have to see how that goes.
I understand. Well, it's better than being dead.
So I want to look to now the sawbones on the ship. The sorcerer Fausto, played by Severian. Since the demise of the former captain, what has Fausto been up to?
Well, Fausto's been looking through some of the ancient scrolls and books he has, seeing if there's any sort of information that might lead to locations, hidden islands, that sort of thing, more relics that he might want. He was also gifted the corpse of the former captain, and he's taken it upon himself to further study human anatomy using that. But otherwise, just waiting for what comes next, and also praying to his gods for guidance and swift sailing.
And so we look to Gannis now, the engineer of the ship, who was at first blamed for the ship being stuck in the doldrums. Since the former captain has died, what has Gannis been up to, and how is he feeling? By the way, Gannis is played by Hades, down there in lower left corner.
Gannis has been spending his time going over the ship and making sure that it's functioning and in good repair. They had a scare from the evil spirit they were fighting earlier, where nails were pushing themselves out of the decking. And so his first priority was to go around and make sure everything was shipshape and sound. He's been kind of going over in his head what happened before, and the creepiness that was Fausto taking the corpse away to do who knows what with it.
Well, he said he was just studying human anatomy, but we don't really understand what that means, right? So then we look to Aaron, the helmsman, at least on the day shift, played by Anthony. So since Aaron had voices speaking to him in his mind, and he saw the death of his former captain, what has Aaron been up to? And the worst, yep, I was about to say, the most common phrase now uttered since the COVID pandemic is, "You're muted."
Thank you for that. Now on board the Grim Argosian and having encountered this voice, I'm thinking that this ship is some sort of god, if you will. Perhaps I've taken more of a direct and religious approach to this. And so I want to treat this thing really right, like a temple almost. The ship is my temple. So I'm going to be walking around and operating on the ship as if it's an extension of myself and also my higher self. Something I aspire to become. So I'm taking a look at the rudders, making sure they're fully functional. I'm pulling on the steering wheel. I'm checking the sails, seeing if there's any holes, anything wrong with any pulley systems or any ropes. I want to inspect every last inch of this deck, scrape off probably scraping off barnacles out of respect for this thing. But that's what I'll be doing.
And then finally, last but not least, playing a sergeant of Marines is Lee from Diesel Shot. Let's see here, Captain, if you would be so kind as to throw a link into their Twitch channel there while I'm speaking with Cord, I'd appreciate that. Lee is from Diesel Shot. Hi. We're always happy to have you. What has Cord been up to since the death of his former captain?
Cord has been seeing the waves and taking in the winds as a sailor does, because as he learned in a mercenary, you should always be ready to follow the prevailing winds. And he's been taking in the view. He wasn't quite sure how all of the sergeants felt about the events that transpired, but he was pretty sure that by the end everyone was fine with the captain dying. There was some people prefer procedure, some people coveted the position of quartermaster, and some women just want to watch the ship burn. So it's pretty interesting. Cord is basically just making sure he does not get a knife in the back. He's chilling with the boys. He's definitely hanging around. Dear Captain Lambro. Because wait, hold on. Lambro is the captain, right?
Lambro is the captain. He is the captain now.
He is the captain now, yeah. So hanging around Lambros to remind him, yeah, remember I'm on your side, but not too much, just in case it turns out things go badly. But yeah, that's more or less Cord's perspective on the matter. As a mercenary, he learned that it's best to go with the flow until the flow goes kind of a certain way, and you become a convicted war criminal, and you have to go run away as a career as a pirate to get away from the consequences. I mean, you know how it is.
I do know how it is. And speaking of the rest of the crew, there are some NPCs. I have them up on the list. All of the players should be able to see them now in the players' players list as pirate NPCs underneath the NPC characters folder. I made those all as observers now. You should be able to see who the rest of the crew is. Obviously, Heimdall the Grey is dead. We can get rid of him. And delete it. So, Alatero, Dahab, Freya, these are the other Marine captains or sergeants, if you will. Alatero has been quiet and reserved, which I'm sure Cord would expect. The man is very introspective, doesn't really talk too much, keeps to himself. Dahab, being from the Black Kingdoms, would definitely be in a little bit more contact with Cord given his background, and would say he understands why things happen the way that they were, but he has a sick feeling to his stomach, like something is wrong. Freya, Cord hit it exactly right. If there's blood on deck, she doesn't care whose it is. She is very much all here for the fight, and very little else. In fact, whenever it comes time to plunder and pillage, it's pretty rare whenever she's, fighting for first bits of gold and jewelry. She's more about just sulking after all of the blood has been spilt that will be. The helmswoman that's on opposite shift from Aaron has been quiet and introspective. She has had that voice in her head as well. She's been a little bit off. The other lookout that is, unfortunately, Kelmick the Sly is no longer with us. Unfortunate for us, very fortunate for him. He got a new job. Yay for Turg. But unfortunately, that puts him as working during this time, and we are very sad that he cannot join us. But all the best wishes for him. So I will figure out what he's doing. He'll still be as the lookout on day shift. The other lookout, very, very loud about not being happy that the captain was killed. Maybe there was a personal relationship there, who knows. And then Orsu the guard has just been kind of very strange about what happened. Kind of like very happy, but Cord, the one who seems to have said he's going to communicate with these individuals, Orsu, and the two, Orsu and Fausto had a moment there during the battle. Orsu would confide in both Fausto and Cord that he believes he will be the next quartermaster, and is just kind of setting the ground for that. And so the sun is rising, the winds are fair, the seas are gentle lapping of waves against the hull of the ship. Captain, what is our heading, and where are we going?
Our heading be northeast, and we are heading towards the island. And we are going to be at full sail.
So, Helmsman, full sail to the island. As it appears, each one of these boxes are a half day. So, Helmsman, if you would give us a sailing check, we'll see how far you get in the first day.
Can I assist him?
No, you may not.
Oh.
Foundry game is paused, and I just lost cameras because somebody messaged me right whenever I was trying to do something. Go to call. There we go. And we're back. Sorry about that. Foundry game is paused. Let me fix that. Boom! We are unpaused.
All right.
Carls asks Lambro, do ye know San Holo?
I know Helmsman the Hutt. He's dead now.
Roll yet? No.
Tells no
He ate
tales.
himself when he got locked in his stretch limo.
All right.
So 3 momentum generated. That means that you could take this ship 1, 2, 3, all the way to here on that first day.
Sounds great. Yeah, that sounds perfect. So I think that's ideal.
Great helmsing.
And so
I guess I'm cutting the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please tell me. I was about to ask you what's happening. What did you do here? How did you manage such feats of helmsmanships?
So, during my downtime, I scraped up a lot of barnacles, made us a lot more water dynamic. And on top of that, I spruced up a lot of the knots and bells and whistles on this poor girl. And so that thing cut like butter is just soaring through the waves absolutely smoothly.
And she does. She must have loved the attention that you gave to her, because you moved quickly throughout the first day. And Kelmick up in the lookout's crow's nest calls that there's land. He sees land. Now the question is during this trip, are you still attempting to fish, or are you happy with the speed that you're making? Because the winds are just incredibly fair. Helmsman Aaron is able to capture that wind perfectly in the sails. Doesn't even need to tack, even though you're kind of going against the wind a little bit. The hull down approach just works beautifully.
I would have certainly had, if the Marines weren't doing anything, if Fausto wasn't doing anything, working together to try and get some more food for us, because you can't ever have too much food.
So who's going to lead the charge on fishing?
Well, I'd
kind of skill does that
probably
take?
Survival.
I don't think my survival is good, but my guy grew up around fishermen.
Hey, if you want to assist, if you weren't doing anything in terms of weapons and engineering, have at it. More hands, the better.
Fausto, you were saying?
probably wouldn't take the lead on any fishing, but whoever starts doing that fishing as they're casting out their nets, I'd like to, if you'd allow it, I'd like to use Commune with the Wild to try and call some more fish into the nets to help with that.
I would be happy to allow you to do that. So the first person I'm going to need is a leader, for who's obviously it can't be Helmsman Aaron, as he is steering the ship from the aft castle. Cord, would you what would you be doing during this beautiful, it is just an absolute gorgeous day with the sails just billowing out, carrying this ship at least 16 to 18 knots. It's absolutely ridiculous how fast this ship is going.
I would probably be somewhere where I can get a good breeze and sun in, and I am deliberately lazing about because I know that food is not good up and winds can be fickle, and I'm readying myself for like half rations and shit. Like, I'm not about to go, like, lift anything heavy if I ain't been... like, if someone, like, deliberately says, hey, Cord, make yourself useful, I'll consider it. But, you know, right now, he is feet up just thinking about the fact that he is, you know, of course, on a ship full of people who are totally cool with murdering each other, and he doesn't want to be weak when the starving sets in if it sets in. So he's chilling. He'll give you a little nod.
Well, Freya, who's from the north... from the Vanaheim. She approaches the captain as he seems to be kind of debating who to use for fishing, and she says, I grew up on a fishing village. If you need somebody to cast the nets, me and my men would be happy to.
Castanets.
Cast the
Cord thinks about this. And he, from his lazing position, casually says, I know a few things about scales. Why not? It's a beautiful day. Might as well compliment it with a beautiful meal. You will be a slightly less lazy piece of shit.
So let's start off with Fausto. Fausto, go ahead and give me that sorcery check.
All right.
Roll at least 6 complications, please.
What difficulty do I put in here for this one?
Base 0.
Okay.
You're literally in the ocean, right? I mean, this is an area you're used to.
Yeah.
Okay, and Cord, why don't you give me a survival check? Difficulty 0. And Gannis, you can also you're going to do an assistance check. So that means you would only roll 1 dice. I don't know how the system in the Foundry handles that. So just go ahead and we'll use the first die that's rolled. So do a survival check to assist.
Oh yeah, roll 20 rules, baby. The one on the left.
Good job, Cord. Oh, nice. So, and it does it by, it's not by value. So beautiful. So again, with the sorceress powers that were holding the ship released, it seems as if, Mitra or one of the other gods of this world has just blessed you in your endeavors, because it feels like Freya and Cord are just pulling up like piles and piles of fish, just run right after another. The crew, the sailors are all just giddy with excitement. And you managed through that day, you managed to get party resources, 2 more days worth of food out of that, not including the today's worth. So essentially 3 days worth of food.
Aye.
And so it's getting dark as Kelmick announces there's land. Do you want to try and pull towards land in the dark, or do you want to wait for the next day?
Probably safest to wait till the next day. Captain's muted if he's talking.
I would say we wait unless the rest of the crew decides that they want to vote and go ahead and go on in.
Well, the NPC crew won't care either way. It's all about you guys, so whatever you want to do.
No sense in
Yeah,
dashing ourselves on the rock in the dark.
Aye. We stay and we eat like kings, and then we go to the island in the morning.
Captain, do we know what is on this island?
Would I know what is on this island since we've pretty much mapped this area out? Or would my helmsman know any more than me?
Your helmsman would not, and somebody just did something, so thanks you for
Strife
following.
Girl 94 for the follow.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the follow, Strife Girl 94. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
I heart you.
I also heart you. Let me look at your stats really quick. Let's see here. Lambro. Skills. Give me. I'm not having a stroke. I'm just thinking. Sorry.
Burnt toast.
I taste blood.
Burnt ship.
Give me a sailing check, Lambro.
A sailing check?
Yep. Since you've been in the area, we'll say that we'll see if you've what your level of knowledge is here.
Average difficulty?
Yeah, we'll just leave it at average difficulty.
Aye. Blow on me dice.
Beautiful. Would you like to bank that momentum or spend it?
Can I use that momentum to get rid of that difficulty? Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, we'll bank it.
Okay. So you've passed by this. The old captain had a tendency to sail south and around and out because nobody wants to go by Tortage, and also there's some very difficult seas near Tortage, and so there's a tendency to kind of go south. On this island, which somebody is spazzing out around, surprisingly Severian. Oh, Fausto. Fausto is the best. Look at it. You know what? I think Fausto is... I almost made Fausto the entire map screen because he does weird things to me. Does weird things to my...
Oh.
My yeah. Makes me question a lot. So, here on the island, you know that there is a scattering of fishing villages. The men and women on this are hard-bitten people that aren't very fond of visitors, but they're definitely willing to do trade. They do not take kindly to individuals coming in and demanding things, but they are always willing to trade. Other than that, you know that there's sources of fresh water here, although it may take a little bit of traipsing through the woods to get it. Well, in this case, it would be the jungle.
Aye. Okay, so is it the daytime now? Have we?
Well, if you're staying, I assume that you're going to set the night watch to work. Yes.
Affirmative, and we'll weigh anchor.
Okay. You weigh anchor, splashes down into the water. It would be the bosun. The bosun takes a sample. You got sand and broken shell. It's definitely deep enough for you to set anchor here. So let's double check something really quick. Okay, beautiful. And so the shift goes down for the night. The night shift comes on. They just keep a watch out. Nothing's seen. Everything's beautiful and happy. Again, the gods are with you. And the sun begins to rise, and you can see the island in the distance. Kelmick climbs up to his post. Thank you for the follow, Amelia Strife Twitch. We really appreciate you. I'm happy to have you here. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Our pirates here have just come across an island very much in need of water, although not so much for food. And they are about to decide what their next course of action is. Again, Kelmick climbs up into the ropes into the lookout and looks over and says, I'm not going to try to do Turg's voice. I can't do it. Unless you really want me to give it a go.
Give it a go.
Okay. Captain! Oh my God, there, Captain!
What?
There's a fishing village within sight of us. We could sail there. There might be food and stuff to steal.
Then we make way to that direction. As long as the crew votes it in, we shall move that. We'll go in that direction.
I
Stuttering on my words here.
Am I awake? Wait, this is the night crew, right?
No, the day crew. The day crew has just come on to shift. You are up and awake.
All right, I rub my eyes, and I'm saying, how does a fishing village make its way so close to Tortage? You'd think they'd be overrun. And I try and catch can I see what the coast looks like near them? Are they up on a Riviera-ass town cliff, or is there any visible defenses whatsoever, or is it just hovels on a beach?
So from the distance that you're at, unless you actually get up in the ropes and take a gander, you're not going to be able to see too much. All you see is basically a green blob. Right, that's all you can see.
I am, because I have human spider, and I think that's going to help me get up in the ropes.
So Kelmick looks at you as you come up into the crow's nest. And says, "What are you doing up here?"
And I'm surveying the terrain.
Well, here you go. And he hands you the spyglass.
Many thanks.
So go ahead and give me an observation check.
One moment. Let me.
Beautiful. I love it.
What's the difficulty?
Base difficulty 1. Ooh.
Well.
So you definitely see the village now. There's something just in your gut. There's something in your gut. You cannot see any reason why this place should be here, right? Given what you were talking about with Tortage, you know that, pirates have a code, right? There's nothing in a fishing village except for food to steal. So these places often are just kind of left alone, but it is really freaking close to Tortage. And yet you see the village, you see that it is right on the coast. You see that it is up. Most of the houses are just regular old huts. You can see people moving around, getting up in the morning, doing their thing, getting ready to weigh anchor and go, set sail and go do their fishing. but you don't see anything defensible about the village. Like, there's nothing that you can see, but there's something tickling your gut that says that's weird.
Yet another temptress of the sea. And I will hand him his spyglasses back. Many thanks. And
Yeah, you can come up here anytime.
Oh, I'll be calling on you. And I just, my way back down. Is it vote time, or like are we staying stuff to like share our feelings?
Would you have said that? Told us? What you
I think when I come back down, if we're around, I would say, Captain Lambros, there's something off about this village. It's right next to Tortage, but it's so, might as well be bent over saying, come for our fish. It's an odd sight, Captain. Makes me wonder if there's not more to it than the eye.
Where's that shaman?
Yes. I'm here, Captain.
There you are. Do you know anything of these lands? Or your abilities? Can you tell us anything about these lands?
I'm not familiar with this particular village, but I have eyes and ears all around. I may be able to gather more information before we proceed.
You have certain abilities that could take you on land without them noticing you, correct?
I talk to those who fly and those who swim. I can send them to get more information.
Then command them to do so.
So I would go step to the front of the ship, and I want to cast Commune with the Wild again to try and, I guess, talk to some seabirds if there's any in the area that I could summon.
Go ahead I'm sorry, please continue.
If I'm reading the spins for that spell correctly, I think that would be a D2 for the difficulty.
What page you got?
Commune with the Wild is 175.
Thank you. Commune with the Wild. Commune with the Wild. Yes. For any Anna handling, Whispering Swarm. It's been a while since we've done magic. Yes. Okay, so you're gonna have to. It's gonna cost you 1 resolve. I didn't do it the last time because I knew you'd be resting. This time there might.
Okay.
Never know. So go ahead and spend your 1 resolve, and yes, it looks to be difficulty 2.
All right. Do I just change the big number that's like in blue there for the resolve down to 6 then, from 7?
I think so. Yes. Let me double check your sheets.
All right. I'll just have to. I don't know if there's a way to remember what the max is there.
Oh yeah, that's kind of a. Let's see here.
Or is the small number
it's the little
current?
number. It's the big number is your max. The little number is your. Yep.
Okay. All right. Then I'll go ahead and roll sorcery then.
Okay, go for it. Wow. Okay, so how you want to spend that momentum?
Good question. Let's see. For better information, it looks like a. Yeah, I think I can get better information basically by spending that momentum.
So with the
reading it right,
the cooks out in the during the day, or they'd be sailors for plot wise. They begin gutting fish for breakfast, and they're just kind of chucking the stuff onto the deck or off the side, and it's been attracting a lot of the seabirds that would normally be populating the coast. You're able to lure one to you and speak to it. So tell me what you're doing. Explain to me how you're doing this. Like I want to visualize this.
Before I actually proceed with the spell and do that, I would ask the captain, "What do you wish to know, Captain? Keep your questions simple."
It is difficult to understand why this fishing village has remained untouched being so close to the pirate port. If you see anything that can convey such reasoning, realize that vague, but it's, I mean,
Yeah.
the only thing, I don't know, I'm looking for anything out of the ordinary.
All right, so I just nod and walk away, and then find those seabirds nearby and slowly approach one of them, hands spread wide, trying to indicate that I'm not a threat. And I begin sort of chanting, and then my voice eventually kind of becomes this sort of language that all animals can understand, I suppose. And so I ask it, tell me, how does the village there defend itself?
And so the bird just kind of looks at you, and it kind of tilts its head back and forth, and it just looks at you and it says, big, 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 big bow, big bow.
Bow, as in, it sounds like it's saying B-O-W, bow?
Yes.
Okay.
You got 2 more questions you can ask.
Where is this bow?
Trees. Buy trees. Buy trees. Buy trees. Buy trees.
Does this bow fend off pirates?
It kind of like looks at you really weird, like it has no idea what pirates means.
Damn.
But you still got it. You can still ask. It just kind of looks at you, though. It doesn't give an answer.
All right, then I turn to the captain and say, Captain, there seems to be some large bow, perhaps some sort of siege weapon. What other question do you want to ask?
Would the birds understand the range of the device?
Unlikely.
Aaron, would you be near me right now?
By proximity of the
Yeah, like we're standing on the ship because we're probably up on the top portion of the deck, and I forget the name of that actually, off the top of my head.
Sure, maybe I'm polishing some wood or
poop deck.
sharpening her up.
Ooh. Okay, and I would just turn to you and say, did you have any last thoughts to ask this bird before we head to shore?
What do you mean we head to shore?
You go where I go.
Whoa! I'm just the helmsman, all right? I sail boats. I don't.
You will
I don't
have
go
land
on
legs that go with your sea legs, or you will swim.
I kind of shudder a little bit when you say that.
Locker.
Oh fuck.
While they're bickering, I just turn to the bird and say, how do we approach the village unseen?
And so it kind of like looks at you again, and it says, it's like, through the woods, or sorry, through the trees, through the trees, through the trees, through the trees.
Okay. Captain, the bird seems confident that going through the trees we will be unseen.
It is understood.
I mean, it is a bird too. I just want to warn you, but that's cool. Just saying. Like, I don't want you guys to get spotted or something. You're like, but you said it's like, bro, it's a bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Just let you know.
Okay. Well, the seagull's gone out to sea to die.
So, crew, captain.
I will take my crew to the shore, and I'm gonna come up over here to let's see here. Come up to Cord. Cord. You and a band of Marines will take yourselves through the entrance that the bird spoke of.
A bird
Blackthorn
entrance.
can show you the way. The
I
rest
look
of us,
over at I look over at Fausto and I look at Lambro and I lean at him and say, Captain, are we being sure this is a human-sized entrance?
We aren't sure of anything.
Well,
You are
such is life.
merely there.
We are men of the sea, after all, not the shore.
Correct. We will be going and will be docking with peaceful intent.
Aye.
Because trade will do us more favor than not.
I see.
At
But
this
we
time.
will sneak about through
You
the
will be
bird
sneaking,
gate.
and you will be my backup.
Aye.
If things go sour, you shall run in.
And sweeten the pot, yes.
Aye.
Aye. All right, men. Arm up. We're going to the bird door.
I would then find Freya, and I would tell her to accompany Cord.
She kind of looks at you and she's like, so what is the plan here? What, they could probably see us as well. I mean, this isn't like this is a big ship. Are we going to sail around to the other side of the island and send a launch? Like, what's the plan here, Captain? I don't quite understand this. You want me to go with him and do what? She spits on the deck, cleaning her fingernails with a knife.
You make a solid point, Freya.
Yeah, I'm well aware that I make a solid point. Thank you.
Why can't you just spit outside of the boat?
He just got done scrubbing the deck.
Freya spits over towards Aaron too.
He catches it in his mouth.
Freya, perhaps your speculation will be better served ashore. After all, if we make a close approach of the coast and come off by way of rope, we may along the woods without being seen to depart the vessel, leaving these fisherfolk none the wiser. It is still early morning, and the woods and hills will be to our west. Shadow will cloak us as we approach the bird door.
I can't even respond to that. Hold on.
Third door.
So Freya kind of like stops her fingernail cleaning and sticks the knife away and looks at Cord and says, Cord, it's a fishing village. Who cares? Why are we bothering with this? Like, there's nothing to take. Unless you want to go in there and murder all of them, why are we bothering?
Sometimes it's the danger you don't see, like the marks of set upon booty you sink to the bottom of the ocean that sets your course in life. Perhaps a bit of caution is good for a new captain's longevity and his crew's fortunes.
I just don't see why we're here. Why not just continue to sail? We're not that far from Nunca. There's other islands. We can just continue past this place and just get off on the launches and go get water from the source. If we just stay far enough, they haven't shot us yet. So what is the point, Cord? By the gods! Unless when the killing begins, then
Perhaps we just go to the shore.
You know what? Here's I'm gonna counterpose. I'm gonna say, fair enough, Freya. You'd rather be where everybody is if the killing begins. So why doesn't Dahab and his squad come with me through the bird gate?
Dahab is kind of like, whatever the captain needs. And Freya just rolls her eyes and spits on the deck again and just stares daggers at Aaron and says, When we get to Nunca, I am off of this ship.
So the idea
Freya,
here is
it
just to go
doesn't-
get some water. Sorry, go ahead, Doug.
It doesn't seem that anyone looks disappointed by that statement.
Cord does not.
So she pushes herself off the crate that she was sitting on and kind of walks over towards Fausto and gets nose to nose with him. She's Pretty tall woman. She just kind of stares at you for a minute. If I ever see you off of this ship in a port, I will slit your throat. And she turns around and storms away.
I have seen horrors beyond your imagination. You do not frighten me.
And she turns back around. She's like, I am no whore. And then keeps going.
It's hard to say that word with an accent.
No, I know, right? And no matter what, it still sounds the same, but it's still the comeback that she does. And so...
That's funny.
You can see her. She heads off, and her 4 men are waiting for her, and she kind of speaks to them really like in a barking language, and then they kind of head towards the back of the ship. So as of the rest, the Hob he's like, whatever the captain needs. But the Hob says, he stops for a second. He says, Captain, I feel it important that I speak.
Then speak. Your voice is as equal as everyone else's.
Captain, while I do not agree with the woman, perhaps it would be better to simply approach these individuals as equals and to trade with them. Perhaps we have stock and rum. Perhaps these individuals would like that. As long as we stay far enough away from their shores, we should be fine. Perhaps either taking a launch to the shore without coming around behind them. If we were to do anything sneaky, they might see it as an attack or an aggression, and if he looks to Fausto for a minute, and he kind of makes the symbol of the evil eye, and he says, if what this man says is true, then perhaps it is best not to anger these villagers. But I will do what you say, Captain.
You speak wise words, Dahab. Perhaps we can make allies of these fishermen.
I would say that we should move quickly and be off.
Dahab, you shall be with me.
Yes,
Cord,
Captain.
your band of Marines with me, Gannis.
Aye, Captain.
Blackthorn as well. And I look to Aaron. And I look at his legs. Then I look back up. Your choice, Helmsman. Join us or stay afloat with her. And I kind of glance towards Freya.
I mean, if she starts spitting everywhere, who's going to clean it up? I mean, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't want to stay on here with her, so I'm coming with the crew.
So I need to understand how you're going to do this. Are you going to approach then with the Grim Argosian, or are you going to try to row all the way from where you are?
No, we'll get closer, but then we'll launch a boat.
Okay. And so
I don't know, I'm sure there is, but like, as we get close, do we have colors that we can fly that?
Oh yeah.
I mean, not just are ours, but that would just simply be neutral.
So there would be flags and symbol. I don't know what they are, but they would indicate that you are here to trade, right?
Okay.
Like you would run the banners up and stuff.
Then hoist those.
So as you come closer to shore, you stay well enough away that you know that nothing on this earth, as far as you know, that doesn't have magical backing could reach the ship. And you put the launches in the water, and as you put the launches in the water, you can see already that there's probably 3 ships coming towards you. And these ships are they're small, they're galleys with sails, very small galleys, basically kind of be like long boats, I guess would be the way to call them, not ships. And they're coming towards you.
Well, of course, I'm sailing with my knee up on the front of the
Of course, Captain.
little skiff here.
When they're discussing who's staying and going, Gannis would say, Captain, I'd prefer stay on the ship. I'll keep our new siege weapons at the ready in case anyone tries to come to the ship while you're on land.
He doesn't
That is a
have
fine
much of a
choice.
stride compared
It's
to
a
his
fine
bite.
choice, Scanus. Would Alatero and his crew be asleep? Are they at the night shift?
They are on the night shift, so they would be resting. Yes.
Who else is on the night shift? Obviously, woman. And,
Basically
Lorenzo?
everybody opposite of Freya. Even oh, I just lost his name. Even Dahab should have been night shift. He should be sleeping, but he is a dedicated individual.
Okay. Then I would wake up at least the lookout and the helmswoman and tell them that we would be going to ashore and that they have the watch.
So they would be grumpy, especially the helmswoman. She would be a little bit grumpier than you would expect. Like, there's a lot of anger that seems very misplaced for this woman. Normally she's a very quiet person, but she does as she's told. You can hear Kelmick giggling from the top of the crow's nest, alerting you that there are ships coming as you board the launches. And so you head out in the launches, and these ships boats move to meet you. And you can see a man standing on that lead, and he's kind of waving you down, like to, slow up, and that they're going to meet with you.
Okay. Aaron, take us in his direction. And I would basically throw the same signals back.
Come on, Aaron, give it to me.
Row, row, row.
There you go. Thank you. So the person that you see is a very sun-baked individual. The skin is wrinkled far beyond what his age probably is. Made of very tough sinew and muscle, living a difficult life. But as you approach, he smiles, and you see that he has gold teeth. All of his teeth are gold. Every single one of them.
Open the grill?
Like grill, just straight up grill. And so as you approach, he waves a hand at you. He says, "Ho there!
Ahoy!
Be you a friend or foe?
We are here for trade, so friend.
What you be trading?"
We need water, fresh water.
Basa, we have a water on board the ship. What you have in trade?
Are you in the need of anything?
We always need the riches. You have the drink, any of these things.
We do have your drink.
We will trade. What kind of drink you have?
Rum.
He turns and he starts going, and they all seem very excited, like, oh, they all start babbling to each other, right? And he says, "How much of rum you have?"
I have enough.
That's not how the trade work, Captain. What kind of rum you have? How much?
We have 1 day's worth.
And he turns around. He seems a little disappointed. He talks to his crew members, and he says, "We give you 2 barrel water for your day rum."
2 what?
2 barrel water. So basically 2 days worth of water.
2 days worth of water.
Yep.
Aaron, how many days are we from Nunca?
Let's see here.
Depending on how he rolls.
Calculating. Like 4-ish, 4.5, 5-ish. 3 if it's a good roll every time. 2 if it's a good roll every time, maybe.
Aye. 2 days worth of fresh water. How about you just tell me the source and I'll get it myself?
That's not how trade work, Captain. You come out, we come out, you make a trade, you tell us what you have, we tell you what we give, we make the trade. You not know how this works? This your first day as captain? I mean, kind of. It's my second.
Literally is.
Just my second, don't knock on me. Then we shall trade 1 day of rum or 2 days of water.
Hey!
No. Can I step
Aaron.
in?
Yeah, you can step in.
Hey, whoa, actually,
No, I don't think you know how this works, buddy. 1 day's worth of rum ain't worth 2 days worth of water. We're gonna get at least 4 out of that one.
Do a...
Think about this. Think about this, though, lads. If you add water to the rum, it's grog, and grog will last you longer.
Do a persuade check, Aaron.
Okay. Hey. Oh no, contested.
And so he kind of like looks at Aaron for a minute, like who the fuck is this? And he looks back to his crew and he starts mumbling something. He's like, fine, 3-day water, that's it.
Captain, that should be plenty to get us to Nunca.
Aye, then 3-day water it is.
All right, pull the ship up. And so they kind of start rowing forward. And whenever you look in the ship, you see that they have this like menagerie of just crap. Like there's stuff in there. There's gold. There's like food. There's fruit. There's like all of this stuff. And there's barrels of water. This is not the first time they've traded with somebody. But you also see that there's bows and swords in there. And there's probably enough men on these boats that they would have swamped you. Like you as in a single launch. Even with 2 squads of Marines on it. And so they pull up, they toss you a line, and then they start unloading the water onto your boat. There's 3 barrels that they load on, and they are you giving the rum, or are you going to do something?
No, I'll give him the rum.
Okay. And he takes the rum, and the guy on the launch looks towards Aaron, and he say, maybe you would be captain, huh?
Ford laughs a sharp, biting laugh, and then claps Aaron really hard on the back, deliberately trying to knock him on his ass.
Thank you.
I mean, do you want to let him knock you on the ass? It would be a contested.
I'll contest it just for the drama.
Okay.
But I really want him to neck me down.
Okay. Straight brawn check, each of you.
Oh, okay. Oof. I'm an agility fighter, so you might do good.
He's like,
bro, I'm a sailor, strictly.
Did I pop when I just clicked?
Straight brawn. Oh shit.
There's a button for it. When I click the button, it ain't doing nothing.
It looks like it's doing it. No, it's not.
I clicked it like 3 times and I ain't see no roll.
That's weird.
Me neither.
Yeah, same.
You might have
I
to
just did a
refresh.
test.
No, it's not. It's for some reason it's just not there.
Man, guys like say roll.
Just roll 2d20.
Well, a 2 is under my not a number.
I have brawn of 6, so you kind of got me.
Yep, you got him. All right, so tell me what happens here. Yes, Cord wins that.
I just let out a sharp, like very intense, like, and then clap him right on the fucking shoulder, but like in a shoulder checky kind of way. Like I put a little bit too much schwang in the hip deliberately. Just kind of, I find that sometimes, like the dainty uppercut need a reminding to not get too uppity. So I plant him down. I don't know how he takes the fall.
Yeah, so he knocks the wind out of me, and I hit the ground, and I'm trying to catch my breath.
Careful those ceilings.
And so the guy, before they load the rum up, they check it to make sure it seems okay, and it looks okay, and he nods, and they begin to cast off lines, and he looks to Lambro, and he says, "You have any news you want to pass around? Trade some information. You have any information that might be pertinent to us?"
I don't know. You have information for me?
We fishermen, man. Everybody go by here every day. We see everything. We have info.
Recognize the boat behind me?
There's the man from the north used to captain it. Yes, he just got there recently. Head to the pirate city up north.
That captain's head is in my den. I am the captain now.
So they start babbling to each other. Oh, very interesting. You You be careful out there. We see a ship that did not look like it flew the colors of a pirate. You be careful.
How big was this ship?
It is bigger than yours.
What
You
was the name of
recognize
that? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You.
What was the name of that out of characters? What was the name of the ship that we had sank?
The ship that you had sank, the one that was going north, Set's Teeth.
Set's Teeth. Okay.
Yeah, I just off the top of my ass.
Go ahead, Captain. Sorry.
Did you know the captain? Did they come ashore?
No, they didn't. They did not trade anything. They go by. We just see them. They look like they're looking for something.
What were their colors?
I don't know. I never see color before.
What flag did they fly?
I know what the fucking colors is, man. What do you think this is my first day on here? I'm not the fucking captain like you, man. I know what I'm doing. The fuck,
Hold
man.
up my hands like, just calm down.
Oh, tell him to calm down. That always works.
I didn't say it. I said just hands up.
He says,
all right.
he's like, I don't know. Sometimes the people in these waters, they have strange flags. He fly in colors, but I never see them. They're personal. They must be personal color. Maybe he privateer.
Understood. In what direction did you last see them?
He was patrolling around the island to the north.
To the north. Then I would tip my hat to him and flick him one of my gold pieces.
He snatches out Eric, kind of bends it in his teeth. He's like, haha, they're worth the information. I see, on the back of that ship, it have a name on it if you want.
What was the name?
Do you have another one of these? I tell you.
That is worth the name, I think.
I do not think so. And he puts his foot on the ship and pushes back off. The ships begin to float away, or the boats begin to float away from you. He's like,
one more.
He's like, yes, the ship. The name it was in Argosian. It said the Surprise.
My name is Lambro Ciargo.
Aye, Captain
Perhaps-
Ciargo.
And what is the name of your village?
We do not have a name for the village. We try to keep it under wrap. It's fine. We don't have a name here. You find us, though.
Perhaps we shall do business again, and I would motion to Aaron to start rowing the boat.
Michael, row the boat ashore.
Sister, help to trim the sail.
Hallelujah.
It's good. The first shanty we actually do is a... All right, so...
Milk and honey, is it on the other side?
It is. So you get back on the Grim Argosian. What's the battle plan here, Captain? What are you doing?
Let's put the water with the rest in the hold. Kelmick's still up top. I would walk up to Gannis and ask him if there was anything to report. Gannis, anything?
At a character, did I see anything else? I would have been like on watch, not just watching them in the water. I would have been looking all around.
Go ahead and
Did
give
I
me
see
a
anything?
go ahead and give me an observation check, Gannis. So, you being an engineer and being familiar with siege weapons, you were watching out over the water and you saw in the tree line. At first, you thought it was just lumber laying on the ground, but it started to move, and you started to see it, and it was a ballista that was literally probably half the size of your ship. Like, it was massive. And it was actually like a ballista shape. So in other words, it had the cross beams, and then it had these massive rope twine skeins that the cross limbs were attached to in it. It was huge, and it was aiming at your ship as these other ships came out. There's a chance it could. You think by your experience, you've never seen anything this large before, but just doing mathematical calculations in your head, you think it probably could have hit you.
And did it stand down or anything after?
I mean, it stopped moving. It just kind of slowed down and just like it was aiming at you, and it just kind of lowered down. Like you don't see it. It wasn't like it was. You don't feel a threat from it. How about that?
Okay. Well, I would turn back to the captain then and say, I believe I caught a glimpse of the large bow that our sorcerer spoke to the bird about. It was trained on us until after your business was concluded out there. I've never seen anything quite that big.
So about how far out are we from the island?
I mean, how far you got, like, if you're talking about the time of day, I mean, you were far from the island. I mean, like, your weapons wouldn't have reached it.
You think like extreme range, long range?
Extreme range.
Sense?
Extreme.
Okay. I would tip my hat to Gannis. Go work with Aaron and mark it on our maps so we know for the future. And make sure to mark the distance. Give me a distance. Give me its firing arc.
And that's info you could get.
Yeah, Gannis would just kind of nod and go off to see that it's done.
Okay. All right, what's going on, Captain?
I would have my 2 night watch officers who graciously helped me watch the ship while we were gone. I would relieve them with the proper crew, tell them to go get an extra ration of rum, and thanks for their help. I would look to Aaron.
And the crew looks at you and says, "What fucking rum? You just gave the last of it away."
Grog.
Grog?
Go back to sleep if you don't have any at all. Choice is yours.
Yeah, we'll fucking keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, it's his second day at work. He's got to get his terms right.
And then I would look to the rest on the. What's the wind look like right now, Aaron?
What looks like wind, sir.
Wind's blowing beautifully. Feels like the rats did not drink all of the grog. There's still some left. Wind's blowing in the same direction. Feels fairly strong. Feels like you could catch a nice wind again.
Favorable.
And he went to the north, huh? All right. Let us look at Aaron. Take us between the isles, northwest. Keep us in between on the east side of Nunca. Full sail.
Aye, Captain, I'll get us there. Full sail.
Interesting. All right, give me a sailing check, my helmsman.
Also, while he's doing that, I would look to Kelmick, and I'd ask him to shimmy down, and I would explain to him what to keep an eye out for.
You're going up into the crow's nest?
No, I would signal his ass to come down.
Wow, what a dick. So Kelmick comes down, he shimmies down, he's like, "What, Captain? What am I doing down here? I can't look out whenever I'm down here."
You are to be watching for a ship.
Well, no shit, Captain. I know what I'm looking for. This isn't my first day of the job.
It was last spotted northwest with the name of Surprise, and it is quite large.
I know something else that's quite large.
And that would be all. I would turn and walk towards Aaron.
So he climbs back up. He's kind of spitting and cussing, like, what the fuck did I come down here for? You should have came up and seen me, jeez. And he gets back up there and he's doing his lookout thing.
All right. Well, how's our roll look?
Well,
holy shit! Holy shit! Wow!
Good old lady Nunco in this role.
Wow!
To be at our back.
All right, so you can move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you going through here, or are you going this way?
He did say northwest. So I guess. Oh, is that where we want to go?
Yeah,
He
basically
said
through
northwest,
this.
but then he said east to Nunca.
Well, yeah, I mean it's still northwest of the island where we're at, but it's still going to be east of Nunca. So straight down the poop chute here.
Or just yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Straight down the poop chute.
Yeah.
So again, the winds are incredibly favorable, and you just manage to capture them. Again, it's it is. It's like the gods. No, it's like the gods are blessing your travels. And as you pass to here, you hear Kelmick call from the lookout, and he says, "Clouds on the horizon, Captain! Clouds on the horizon!"
Is he pointing a direction?
Yep, from the east. Well, it's basically the way the wind is blowing. He's pointing towards so he's pointing towards the red.
And I would tip my hat to him, and I would say to Aaron, "I can hold the wheel. Let's tighten down the rigging."
Aye.
And so as you
Want me to
continue,
do it? I'm on the single.
as you continue on throughout the day, you start to get the first patterings of water hitting the deck. And it appears as if there could be a storm beginning to hit the ship.
There be a storm a brewing.
Not too bad. It's not terrible. The winds are strong, which is probably what's carrying you on so well. But it's as darkness is just on the horizon. Kelmick calls from the... I'm sorry, you would be right here. Kelmick calls from the lookout. He says, "I got sail on the horizon, Captain! Sail on the horizon!"
What direction?
Thank God. Okay, well, sorry about that for anybody who's stuck around. We really appreciate that. I don't know why everything hates me, but it does. And that's sad, and that makes me sad. But you know what? It is what it is. So we had to do a hard reset. It is fucking personal. We had to do a hard reset on the router. We had to do a hard reset on the modem. We had to do a hard reset on the computer. But everything got the enema that we needed. We had to do support forwarding. But we are back, baby! Yeah! And we got like a couple of minutes before freaking the end of watch, but we're gonna see what we can do here. Okay, we're gonna do the things that we can. So I don't know what went through the last time, but we're gonna just continue on. And basically, Kelmick up in the lookout had spotted a ship to the southeast, east by southeast. Hey, there's Kelmick himself. Hey, Kelmick, it's me. I'm Kelmick. Yay! Hi, Turd.
Hey, there he is.
And Kelmick
truly
was
the glue that held together the internet here.
It was, and so
spit on everything for us.
And so sails were seen to the southeast. Captain, you are sending people to quarters or no?
Not yet. I'm just preparing them to get ready to go to quarters. I would tell Cormac, keep an eye on that ship. They have the weather gauge.
Okay, Captain, I got it.
Sorry, that cut out.
Okay, Captain, I got it.
What kind of a ship do we see? Is it larger than ours?
Sails, big sails, and they're huge. Well?
All right, so here we go. Aaron, take us up the coast. Gannis, prepare your catapults. Cord, we shall beat the quarters.
The quarters!
Until we know what is going on.
And so you beat the quarters, and everyone's running around trying to do everything they can, and this Kelmick just yells down, the ship is closing. It is moving insanely quick. Like he informs that he has never seen a ship move this fast before.
Besides
Full
ours,
sail,
right?
Aaron.
I mean, yeah, besides yours.
Are we still full sail, or were we at half?
You're still at full sail.
We were at half.
Oh yeah, you were at half. That's right. Yes, you did.
So give us a full.
Full sail.
So the sailors begin getting into the rigging and pulling off the sails. Lambro, roll me 1d. Oh, wait. I'll let you choose. I'll roll it. You tell me, high or low?
Low.
Everyone seems to be getting the sails out, and everyone kind of grabs along the rigging. The rain's starting to come down a little bit more. You can see lightning and thunder on the distance, and it's kind of coming along, almost like it's coming along with this ship.
What's the time current?
It's still, you still have some light left, but it's slowly getting towards dark.
Does it have its colors up at all?
Yes.
What are they?
You can't tell from where you are.
Anything recognized?
I mean, you can try, but you're like on the deck. You gotta eyeglass it towards the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna eyeglass it towards the back.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an observation check at difficulty 2. So you see what appears to be a splicing of the Argosian colors and something else.
Okay, and how far away is it from us right now?
It could catch you. It is moving with devil's quickness. It is so rapid that the time it takes you to get from half mast to full mast, you're already starting to see sails now from the aft castle.
So still extreme though, right?
Still extreme. We are not within combat range yet.
Okay. Aaron, bring us southwest.
Got it.
Gannis, hold on mine. Cord, prepare your Marines.
Ready for war.
I want that deck pummeled with rocks on my call, Gannis.
Gannis starts preparing the catapult. He's got one of the 2 rock loads loaded up and ready to fire.
I'd assume also that being to quarters, everybody will be woken up at that point.
Yep.
Okay. Cord, you have the lead on the Marines. Use them at your will.
Okay. This is really fucking agitating. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
It might be because the game's paused.
No, it's not. You should be able to see, but it's just not. I guess I don't understand freaking Foundry. That's fine. We'll just do this. There. Now you should be able to see, right?
Yep.
Okay. And so you are just as it takes. It's not immediate that this happens, right? It takes hours in order to start to close this distance, and by then the storm's starting to move in and it's getting darker, but you can still see the other ship. There's still enough light for you to be able to see, thanks to the open sea and the way the way the daylight lasts out there. The ship is just at the edge of should be just at the edge of extreme, if I measured this right. Let me get to my notes. House rules, ship-based. So it would actually be just a little bit further out. Basically, you have 1 round before we move into combat time.
Okay. And when I looked at it, its size compared to ours, what was it?
It looks to be about the same size as your ship, except for that it's been modified. The wood on this thing just looks absolutely way too thick. The sails are overly large. It looks like a pursuit vessel. If you want to try and do a lore check, I can tell you if you recognize the name The Surprise.
Sure.
Go for it.
Blackthorn, can your animals be any use of us? Oops.
I'm not sure what use animals will be against a ship, but I could try.
You could have a bird peck out the other captain's eyes.
I've actually been considering trying to call something big like a whale. To
Whale?
try and bash the ship, but I don't know how effective that would be, and I'm sure it's going to be very difficult.
Well, I mean, what else you doing right now, baby?
It's true.
That's
Can I hit the gas?
Different color.
The problem is that sorcery is very risky, so if it's not something we for sure want to try and do, then it's probably not worth it.
He summons an elder god by accident.
And
I mean, yeah, it's
we go into Call of Cthulhu for next week.
Yeah. So the name of the surprise is it was an Argosian ship that was owned by a female captain by the name of Captain Alcina, and it's now operates as a privateer for the Argosian nation, or the nation of Argos. They are known pirate hunters. They were probably one of the vessels that pursued you after you sunk Set's teeth.
Okay, I'd look to the rest of the crew. We fight or we run. We are equal power. This is a vote.
Think of all
So I mean, this would have been a vote, obviously prior to as the 2-hour chase led on.
Ord is spoiling for a fight, and he thinks that if you don't give some people some blood soon, they're going to be spoiling for a mutiny. So let's have a good team bonding exercise weekend where we all go out to a camp retreat and just kill some fucking privateers.
Okay. Is that what everybody else wants?
Dagon demands sacrifices.
The dog agrees.
How come I'm the only one that doesn't want to kill anybody?
Gannis isn't spoiling the fight, but he can see that they're gaining on us anyway, so he's just focusing on mental math of when he can launch the rocks at him.
Okay.
So, are
So
we?
here we are. Yeah, we're fighting.
All right. So let's go ahead and jump into combat then with the pirates Conan the Pirate's rule set. You guys get to go first. So we have the commander actions, we have the helmsman actions, we have the engineer actions, and then anything that old Sawbones Fausto wants to do on the side. The Marines, I don't know if there's going to be anything you'll be able to do this turn, but we can see. So what do you want to do?
I will start by assigning a crew to assist Gannis on the siege machines.
All right, so Gannis, which siege engine are you on? The catapult or the ballista? You said the catapult, correct?
Catapult, because he said he wanted rocks.
So you can order one of the other crews, the ballista crew, to arm that and be prepared to use it. If you want to, and each assigned crew that you get as a success or any momentum that you get can be spent to assign multiple people for one action. Essentially, is the way it's going to work.
Okay, then yeah, I'm assigning them on the...
No, that would be the captain, not you. You would do something different. So that would be a command check there. Lambro at difficulty 1.
Okay, sorry.
So you can assign 2 different people. Who do you want to assign?
Generally, so of the other crews, who are the engineers for that group?
It's just a crew. That's what I have them
It's just a
labeled
crew?
as. Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
labeled as ballista crew.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll assign the ballista crew there.
Okay, what's your orders for them?
Just to prepare the ballista and hold until my call.
I need you to tell me, you need to give them orders. Basically, you are going to be so busy doing your thing that they're going to have to operate on their own. So in other words, you have to tell me what their orders are.
Ballista crew, you will prepare the ballista
and wait until I fire. I will tell you when to fire.
They nod and they start ratcheting back the ballista. You also have one additional momentum, so you can order one more crew to do something.
I would order Freya and her Marines to prepare.
What do you want them to do? They would be taking a Marine action, so you want them to bow shot? What do you want them to do?
Oh no, we're out. So
there are no marine actions that we can realistically.
Yeah, nothing we can use right now.
Yeah, but
what we can do is stand by the damage control.
He can post it for the future. So in other words, like he can say when X happens, do X.
Yeah.
Because if the ship gets within bow shot and he hasn't given any of the Marines that are NPCs an order, they're not going to do anything.
Okay, so then, Freya, when we come into range, you will release hell. You will fire upon the deck.
Regular arrows or fire arrows?
Regular arrows.
Okay, Helmsman, what are you doing?
So he asked me to cut it southwest, so I'm going to try to cut it southwest and try to ride these waves, trying to get an advantageous position on the boat, enemy position.
Okay, go ahead and roll sailing.
Holy shit.
All right, so with that type of a roll, so are you going full or half?
Probably half.
Okay, so that would be, let's see here, ship based. So at half, yards. So you would move 30 yards plus 20, so plus an additional 20 yards. So move 50 yards in the direction that you want to go.
All right. So I should be probably what? Making it. Oops, that was the wrong one. Sorry. Probably cutting it down here. Oh, right. Well.
Yeah, basically,
I don't think it can actually move the ship.
Start turning to where the catapult at least will have a view.
You should be set as an owner. You should be able to do stuff with it. Let me try to reconfigure permissions. Try now. You do anything yet?
I can't do anything.
Do you have the little man selected in the upper left hand corner with the little thing? All right, which way you want to go? I'll move you. 1, 2,
yes,
3, 4, 5. There you go. These are 10 yard blocks, so 50 yards. All right, that takes us to. I don't think there's anything that the Marines can do. You want to hold on to your action, and just in case they get within range. Cord?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, bow shot is a close range action anyway. Close is boarding range, right?
Close is, I don't remember. I set a distance on it. And no, you can reach medium range with bows.
Okay, and
so ship based is medium, so 50 to 100 yards away you can shoot, but it's going to be at an increased difficulty.
I'm going to tell my boys to stand up, and we're going to be ready to grapple because I am not a ranged fighter. We are going to close in and murk some people.
All right, sounds good. Let's see here. Gannis.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Waiting for the order to fire. This thing's got a long range, so 100 to 300 yards, and I can fire.
So you're just outside, so you can hold your action until it gets within range.
Am I, Captain, am I fire when I'm ready, or am I fire when you give the...
You fire when you have range.
Okay, Severian, what's Fausto doing?
Fausto doesn't really have any actions to take here, so he's just he gets in the middle of the deck, drops to his knees, and begins chanting and praying to Father Dagon.
You gonna try to use sorcery?
Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that now.
You want to spend that momentum or spend some doom?
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll definitely use that momentum, spend a fortune point also, and pray to Dagon for assistance from some dwellers of the deep.
Okay, so that would be at a difficulty 3.
Okay. And so with that momentum and the fortune point, I get 40-20, I believe.
I think
total.
if you just click it, it does it. I think there's a thing for each one of them.
When the skill roll comes up, it says how many to spend.
Oh, gotcha.
Just put it in there. I think I did that right. Cool.
Yep, looks like so. You feel that your call is answered. What do you want to spend that momentum on?
Ooh,
Bigger fish.
let's see. How about I don't know. There's not really anything I want to spend that extra momentum on at the moment. Just bank it for now.
Okay. You feel as though your prayers are answered, though. Oh, wrong thing. Sorry. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, so please stop that. So you are now within range to fire either the ballista or the catapult.
That would be on Gannis, and I would look to him and tell him, loose!
Yeah, I'd fire my rocks.
All right, so warfare check at difficulty 3.
Nice.
That's not him.
Oh.
That's me.
Oh, can I spend that momentum?
Yes, I mean, it's up to you guys. You tell your people.
That momentum?
Yeah, spend it. Spend the shit out of it.
Okay. Spend the shit out of it. Skills, War Fairy. D3, Daunting.
Yep.
Add your mom in there.
Oh, yikes.
Shit. Oh, no.
So you fail. So the catapult launches a rock and it goes sailing and it splashes into water away. You notice that the ropes, the skein that holds the arm, have shredded in the rain.
Shit.
You can fix
The
it.
catapult?
Yeah, the catapult. You can fix it, but it's going to be your next action.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, so whenever we're not there yet, though. All right. Sorry, I'm finishing up my stuff. Oh, wow. So you see on the midship of this vessel, you see a rock come sailing out, but it barely even makes it to here. And it splashes into the water. Kelmick on top of the ship yells, "Captain! Captain!"
I look up. What?
There's something on the front of the vessel that's smoking!
Would I know that that's the Argosian fire?
Are you from Argos?
I am.
Yep.
Or, no, I'm not, actually.
No. Well, where are you from?
Let me double check.
Baraka Islands?
Island? Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Oh, yeah, you would know it. You would know what Argosian fire is.
Okay. Well, that ship has Argosian fire. If we get close to it, we're done. Aaron, do your best to keep us away from that vessel. This might not be a prize for ours to take.
So the ballista crew still has its orders. The ballista is within range. Do you want it to fire or not?
Yeah, at the site of the Argosian fire, yes, I would.
Okay, do you want it to use a rock or do you want it to use a javelin?
Let's do rocks first.
Okay, do you want it to target people or the vessel?
People on deck.
Do you want to spend any doom?
No, not yet.
Nice.
So basically,
one second.
do you guys know
Hold
what
on.
Argosian fire is?
No.
It's basically
idea.
just like liquid fire. It's almost like napalm that gets,
Yeah, it's Greek fire.
it gets gushed out at you in medium range.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what MBS is. Okay, thank God. All right, so the stone from the ballista fires out over the aft castle and slams into the ship, and you see somebody go tumbling on their aft castle as if they were hit by shrapnel that came off of the ship. Somebody was hurt.
Okay.
All right, so we're back to you guys.
I'll go first. Basically, I want Turg, the lookout. I'm going to order him to target the opportunity. But instead of the commander or another person, can I have him target the Argosian fire neck, where it launches from?
How's Turk doesn't have a weapon?
No.
Oh, you want him to do the
Points.
attack, the target of opportunity. You want him to
Yes,
help
sorry.
range the siege
Yes.
equipment. Gotcha. Yeah.
Correct.
Yep, he can totally do that. So you're trying to aim for the Argosian fire. All right, let's do this, Turg. All right, so first you need to do your command check.
Okay.
Okay, so you can command two different people. That he's one of them. So Turg does the Kelmic thing, skills, observation check. Wow, he's got really high observation. Roll it.
Turg, you're a savior.
Okay, so this adds momentum directly to the ranged attack. So he will add, if anybody tries to shoot at the Argosian fire, it will add 1 to that roll.
Okay.
Okay, so you can order one more group.
Can I order a crew to fix the catapult or help fix the catapult?
You can try. It'd be a set of sailors, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll
we'll
use
do
my
that.
action to assist with that unless you have a better plan for me.
Not at this time, no. Unless you got.
Aren't you gonna have to
unless you
direct
got
your creatures of the deep?
Yeah, unless you have creature deep talks to have.
Deep creatures.
Nope. I sent out my
Out of the
prayers
big
to
blue.
Dagon, and he'll take it. He'll take the wheel from here.
Dagon, take the wheel.
What's the big blue like?
Big and blue.
Okay.
So, Fausto,
assist with the catapult. We need that up and running.
Fausto, I'm going to have you lead it since you would have more dice. So go ahead and do a craft check. The sailors that are led by Elena immediately rush over and begin trying to fix the catapult.
Do I add anything additional to that?
No, I'll roll that.
Okay. What difficulty?
Difficulty 1. So, Fausto, you're able to get over there, and with this crew, you guys all grab these ropes and you start running them around, and it's just like you guys are working in concert beautifully. You guys are just kind of running it back and forth, and you get it in there, you get the arm, and you start spinning the ratchets, and it's ready to go this round. And so we have Helmsman, and we have Marines, and we have Gannis.
All right.
Well, while they were repairing then, since they stepped up and did that, I would have taken the opportunity to get it loaded and ready, and then I would be firing again.
Okay, so go ahead and do your warfare check. Add 1 momentum. I'll throw it into the momentum pool, so just put 1 in for momentum.
Okay, what difficulty this time?
Same thing, 3. So the rock goes flying and it just lands right in front of the ship and it misses. Helmsman, what are you doing?
I'm trying to keep us in.
Sorry, give me 1 second here.
Trying to keep us in range
really
here.
Loud.
But also get away from it.
All right, go ahead and do. Are you doing full mast to half mast?
Half mast.
Okay, go ahead and roll sailing. Difficulty 1. So you can move another 5 blocks. Where do you want to go? Point. Just ping me where you want to be. Up there?
Right there. Yeah.
Okay. So you shift around and you end up coming right there. Good?
Good.
All right, and so let's see here. We took Terra Fausto. Cord, are you still holding on to your action? Anything you want to do? You want to try to do some orders? You want to try to yell at some people? You want to try to fist fight Gannis? Whatever. What do you want to do? Cord?
Cord. Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Oh.
All right. So we're running. We're fucking running. Yeah, I will help Gannis. What test is that?
So if you want to order so he fired the catapult. It's done this round. The ballista crew, on the other hand, is looking at Captain Lambros like, what do we do now? We shot our load, buddy. Like, what do you want us to do? So if you want to use your action, you can order them to fire. So it'd be a commander check, just like he did.
Yeah, I would say, like, oh, fuck, they got Argosian fire. They got the whole tricked out. They got the gold. Fuck it, fire, pump full of it. Yeah, I'm making that. What's the difficulty?
Command check difficulty 1. So they're like, aye, sir, and they start ratcheting back with the ballista. They aim it over the aft castle, which, it's going to fly right by the helmsman head. But let's see.
Please no.
Please no. Combat. Oh wait, no. This is do you want them to fire a javelin or a stone?
Javelin.
Are they firing at people or are they firing at the ship?
Fire at the ship.
Get that Argosian fire.
Fire at the flames.
That's what I'm thinking. Fucking
Do you
pop.
Do you want them to if
that.
you want them to aim at something specific, it's going to increase the difficulty.
No, I'm just shouting at them. Shoot the fucking ship. Cord hasn't thought that far ahead.
Shoot her! You want to spend any doom on it? You want to add? You want to use some doom?
I'm not feeling like increasing the doom tracker right now. We're doing okay.
Okay, here we go.
He really wants us to use that doom.
Oh
Right.
no! So similar to the catapult, it must just be the wet conditions. The javelin goes flying off, but it heads off way far to the port side, and one of the skeins on the ballista snaps. And so that should be all of your turns. And now we move into mine.
Gannis, I thought I could trust you on repairing the weapons. I knew I should have looked at them.
Oof.
He stabs Anthony in the dick.
Right in the dick.
Whoa! It's not Aaron either. It's meta. This is a fourth wall dagger.
Okay, good. Next. Let's see here.
Not good.
I mean, that's good for me. This one. Senses. Average. Oh. Yucky.
Fucking Adam.
Fucking Adam.
Fucking Adam.
Fuck you, Adam. Let's see here. That goes to these guys, which would be knowledge. Simple 1. Okay. And where is... There it is. Movements. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so close. So you can see, you guys are getting close enough that you can see the crew on top of this, on the front of this ship, are starting to pump fuel into this Argosian fire, and you can see a little bit of it spit out. You also see the catapult crew or the ballista crew in the center of the ship has got their equipment ratcheted down and ready to go. So, unfortunately, that's going to have to be where we stop today, because I know somebody needs to get out of here, and I don't want to hold them any longer. They were already nice enough to give us the extra 15 minutes. So before we do that, though, I just want to kind of check in with where the players are and their characters. And so we're going to kind of drop out of combat for just a moment. Captain. What's going through Lambros' mind now that he sees this large vessel, and it seems to be able to move incredibly rapid and get closer and closer? That Argosian fire is breathing out the front of this thing, and it could be the doom of the ship. What's going through Lambros' mind right now?
My main mind is to stay away from that, stay out of range of that, and try and take it out of commission as soon as possible, in hopes that it backfires on them and they get toasty.
Fausto has prayed to Dagon, and so far it doesn't seem like the prayer has been answered quite yet. What's going through Fausto's mind?
Fausto still has plenty of faith. Even while he's repairing the siege equipment on the ship, he's continuing to chant and praise Father Dagon and maybe even Jabal Sag, the traditional Pictish god. Yeah, he has faith that they will be assisting him, and in trade of that assistance, they'll be offering up plenty of sacrifices on this approaching ship.
And then Gannis. What's going through Gannis's mind with his constantly busting equipment in the rain and then stones firing off all over the place? What's going through Gannis's mind right now?
Gannis is cursing like and more so than a sailor. He's keeping a level head as much as he can, but he's definitely starting to get frustrated that he's missed twice now, and the machine had an issue the one time, so he's just fucking like wiping the rain and sweat from his brow, and he's focusing on making sure the machine's right and that he gets a good shot next time.
Helmsman Aaron, is this your first real taste of combat, or is Helmsman Aaron been involved in something like this before? You're muted.
Yeah. Probably nothing really serious or life-threatening. More like adventurous. So this is definitely a lot more stressful than I'm used to. But at the same time, I trust the ship, and I trust the waves. I trust most of the crew. So.
And then Cord just issued out a ballista order at the end. What's going through Cord's mind right now?
Cord is thinking that right now they're bearing down, and they kind of have the advantage right now. And he's not exactly a nautical strategist, but he's pretty sure that we need to fuck them up a bit before they get too close, or else they're gonna have the run of this encounter. And he's not liking the odds if they come in on a favorable with that fucking hose.
and things aren't looking great for the crew of the Grim Argosian, but they're not looking terrible either. The helmsman is keeping ahead slightly. The ship is closing in. The next time we meet, perhaps it'll be to the swords, perhaps it'll be to the bow. We shall see. So for those who stayed with us during our times of trouble, thank you. To all of my players, as always, it's a pleasure to run the game for you. And we will see you next time this week, Saturday. Call of Cthulhu, yes. Handsome Doug?
Yes.
Yes.
What time? It's
11
o'clock.
p.m. Eastern.
11 p.m. Eastern. Next week we have 2 different Aliens games. We will have one on Tuesday during Conan time, and then on Sunday, that following Sunday, we'll be continuing on with Aliens at, I believe it's 3 p.m. Eastern time. I always get it mixed up in my head because I'm in Pacific. So we will hope to see everyone then. We'll also have another Call of Cthulhu next week, correct? There, Fausto?
Next week, yes. Yes, we should.
And we should have on the Friday Curse of Strahd, correct?
Yes, sir.
Big game week next week, so hopefully we won't have any of the issues that we have
come out, boys.
today.
Wait, that's what's best in life.
That is what's best in life. So before we go, I do want to mention Diesel Shot one last time. They are a great friend of ours. Lee is part of Diesel Shots. Always good to, if you could, Captain, if you could throw that link out into the chat one last time.
Catch Pat literally on Garblog Games in like an hour, playing a superhero, and catch us this Saturday doing some fucking crazy shit. And Thursday, the Fallout game makes a big return, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on Uranium Fever. It is going to be the shits, and I don't mean like dysentery. So please grab a Nuka-Cola and monitor your ads and come out for the beginning of Season 3, the beginning of the end, the Rad Storm cometh. It is going to be... Woo! Pat's working on something huge for it.
Fantastic. We'll do our best to be there and give you guys the support that you give us. We love you. So before we go, last thing, Fausto, what is best in life?
Don't pick me for that.
I have faith in you.
I can't even remember how it starts now. Give me the first
Women.
word.
Wild horses.
To see your
Wind in your hair. Tokens at your wrist. The open step.
Crush.
There you go.
It's a crush. It's a crush. The crush is what's best in life.
Crush your enemies.
To crush your enemies.
The Orange Crush.
And then what?
See your
See them.
see your enemies driven before you.
And
I'll have
Willing
it next
obedience.
time.
And
Respect
Hear
for
the
authority.
lamentations of their women, right?
And there we go. Right. That's
Go for life.
very good. Then teamwork, sir. All right. Thank you. And we will end the stream on that note. Good night, everyone.